Oh, hello. Today, I will speak about the importance of poetry and how useful poetry can be for language learners. Okay? And I would say, regardless of level, even if you're at a basic level, I don't think it matters. Just don't get intimidated with the content. And I think I already have a video or two in my channel about poetry, but here I'm at it again just because I think that it can be so useful if you use it right. And I'm gonna say right away, I've never, well, I used not to be like a huge poetry buff. Like, I was in high school, I wasn't a really big fan of poetry. In my early 20s, I was also not a big fan of poetry. But then I just, as I learned languages and I started dabbling around and started reading some poetry, I started getting really into some poets and some poetry. And right now, my favorite poets would be uh, definitely Pushkin, uh, Russian poet, of course, Charles Baudelaire, French poet, and I really enjoy poetry from Pablo Neruda, the Chilean writer and poet. Why do I think that it can be so useful for language learners? Well, because of a couple of things. First, it's easy for you to find poetry online. You can just search up a good poet, and even if you're not a big fan of poetry, a lot of people they actually got discouraged from actually enjoying poetry because of their high school teacher maybe like maybe someone had like a really strict teacher and they ended up like let's say trying to analyze poems and they didn't really enjoy it. So I would say just give it a try because you may find some really cool poetry in a foreign language. And I would say, let's say that you find a somewhat short poem that in a topic that you're perhaps interested in as well. And what you can do with that is that you can go like online and you can go, let's say on YouTube, and you can search up recitals, someone reciting that specific poem that you found. And and you can browse around. Sometimes with more of famous poems, you're gonna find a lot of recitals. So you can actually try to um, look for one recital that you really enjoy. Someone with a nice voice who just pronounces the words really clearly. And what you can do is just listen to that a lot, right? And just get used to the rhythm of the recital, and with that, you will be basically improving your understanding. And if you then start trying to recite the poem yourself along with the audio, what's going to happen is that you're going to be improving pronunciation. And I like to try to memorize poems that I really like, and I think that and recite them. And you can take your time with it. You don't have it doesn't have to be a race against the clock. You can take your time with each poem that you enjoy. You can listen to it 100 times and slowly start trying to reproduce what's being said and try to pronounce things like whoever's reciting it. And so you're improving essentially understanding, so listening, you're improving pronunciation, and then you will also be actually learning new vocabulary. Of course, that some poets have really, or some poems have like really obscure, hard meanings, like overall. But you don't have to worry or you don't have to stress about that. You can just focus on the language and little by little start getting acquainted with new vocabulary. And sometimes, of course, the vocabulary will be really difficult, will be very advanced. Don't stress about it. Try to if you understand some of it, great. If you don't understand everything, don't worry about it. Just like start trying to um, enjoy the poem, and little by little, learn all the vocabulary later. So I think that poetry is fantastic for language learners. And, you know, whatever language you're learning, try to search up. You can go on Wikipedia, you can go on Google, search up the poets that, you know, from the language that you're learning, and go through a bunch and see what you may enjoy reading and listening to. So there you go. I hope you guys enjoy, and good luck.